From Depp's much-awaited comeback in a bizarre new role to the infamous defamation case that has followed him to Cannes, here's why Johnny Depp's King Louis XV portrayal in Jean de Barry has left fans shocked. For 3 long years, his stans have been waiting for his comeback project, and it's finally upon us. The controversial actor is starring in an upcoming historical drama, Jean de Barry, playing the French king Louis XV. This movie nosedives into the life of a low-born ambitious courtesan, Madame Jean de Barry, as she climbed the social ranks to be Louis's last mistress. Get this, the movie's equally controversial Franco-Algerian director, Mai Wen, is also its titular star. So you could say this project relies on his unconventional direction and the massive star power of Johnny. Now, there's no doubt that the actor's range knows no bounds. I mean, just look at him shine in Public Enemies, Donnie Brasco, or his most popular role to date, Captain Jack Sparrow in the Pirates of the Caribbean franchise. But despite his diverse portfolio, some folks, even his loyal fans, thought his French royal project could be him grasping at straws. Did I mention he doesn't even speak French? Yep, folks were worried about this aspect, and also how bizarre he looked in the BTS shot, with his ashen face and blonde wig. But they couldn't deny the circumstances. Since his ex-wife Amber Heard's domestic abuse allegations, Hollywood kinda blacklisted Depp. He wasn't getting new projects. Actually, wait, he was even dropped from well-established franchises like Fantastic Beasts and Pirates of the Caribbean. The movie drought was getting too long for him, so when he was offered a role in Jean de Barry, fans were overjoyed to finally see their idol on the big screen, with a hint of ever-present skepticism. But forget fans, even Johnny was surprised by this movie offer. He and his redemption project have recently been making waves at the Cannes Film Festival 2023, with its premiere officially kickstarting the festival. That's where he shed light on his return to glory, giving an inside look to the fans for the first time. While speaking at the press conference, the actor mentioned having mixed feelings about the film. In his own words, he thought he was stepping out of my box. Don't get him wrong, he clarified he wasn't intimidated by the role, or, shockingly, even the language barrier. And before any of his haters or even fans pointed out how he's so not French, in his usual dry humor banter, he mentioned that he's just some hillbilly from Kentucky, playing a character in stark contrast of his native roots. The American star thought a French actor would be more suitable to play the monarch. He even took the issue up with Mai Wen when they first met, but the director insisted on Johnny stepping into the royal robes of King Louis XV. Very brave of her, according to the 3-time Oscar nominee. But regardless of all this, Depp was grateful to her for staying persistent and very patient with him. He also poured himself into learning French, getting up close and personal with the culture. Basically, he wanted to be able to improvise while filming, something he's notorious for in Pirates of the Caribbean. And you know what? Seems like his hard work may have paid off, cause Jean de Barry's Cannes debut was impressive to say the least. Get this, it received a 7-minute standing ovation from the crowd. Although some people say it was 4 minutes, Mai Wen took to the stage, thanking the audience for the thunderous applause, and that pushed the clock to 7 minutes. The director made sure to thank her lover and the producer, Le Pacte, for financing this difficult project. As for the main star of the show, it seems like the French have put him back on his throne again. Videos from this memorable occasion have been doing rounds on the internet, and guys, Johnny got super emotional. You can see him holding back his tears, taken aback by the unexpected response. This warm reception wasn't just limited to the theater. The prestigious red carpet was buzzing with Depp fans, eager to get one look at him. As soon as he made an entrance, the crowd cheered loudly, welcoming him to the south of France. The actor himself was seen sporting his trademark ponytail and a wide grin, waving at his beehive. He took his sweet time schmoozing with them, till he walked on to accept his standing ovation at the curtain raiser. But make no mistakes, the Edward Scissorhands star says this isn't a comeback. He didn't go anywhere to return. He came with guns blazing for Hollywood, saying the industry closed the doors on him. Now, it may be ready to accept him again, but not so fast. After this project, not all fans are thrilled. As it turns out, the fandom had a pretty mixed response to this so-called comeback. Remember their earlier concerns regarding their idol's movie choice? Well, they weren't for nothing. While some of the fans are raving about how brilliant the actor was, as usual, others couldn't digest his French attire. The wig, the awkward mannerisms, and the makeup was too much for them. And this is from an actor who's known for his quirkiness and a weird character palette. Sources say, as soon as the on-screen King Louis XV opened his mouth to talk, you just knew the language was butchered. Again, some loyal fans thought he did a good job as a non-native speaker, but a majority could hear the American accent mixing in with the dainty French. That won't do, right? Adding more fire to the already vicious flames. So far, rumors suggest Depp's speaking time in the entire movie is just 10 to 15 minutes. Wait, what? Isn't he supposed to be the lead? True, but it's clear as day that he was given fewer dialogues to favor his language barrier. This didn't go down well with fans, especially since the actor is at the promotion's forefront. What's more, die-hard shippers have noticed from the publicly released trailers in BTS that the Alice in Wonderland actor looks extremely uncomfortable in his role. His chaotic energy that rubs off on viewers and helps him own every role he's done is not here this time. That's weird, considering this was a much-needed movie in his career. He should have put his best foot forward. So where's the real Johnny? Interestingly, it's not just the fans who felt the missing spark. The critics did too, and they are mostly unimpressed by the current performance. And boy do they have some scathing reviews for Jean de Barry. The Deadline couldn't help but notice the sparingly few dialogues thrown Depp's way. Allegedly, he just acts with his eyes. Yes, in the beginning, that stuns you to no end, but as the movie nears its middle and end, King Louis fizzles out as a mere sidekick. That's what The Hollywood Reporter's Jordan Mintzer is saying. He has labeled the movie kinda bland. According to him, even the jaw-dropping costumes and the glorious location of the Palace of Versailles could do nothing to save it. Jordan also says that even though Depp and Mai Wen's performances weren't that bad, together they couldn't deliver the passionate affair the audience was expecting. Perhaps the most lethal part of his review was Johnny's King Louis gave mostly yawns to the watchers. Yikes. And it was Variety's Peter de Bruges who pointed out how the 59-year-old megastar looks strangely uncomfortable in his role. The wink fans are so used to coming from him is glaringly absent. And even when he does wink at Jean in the movie, the Depp sparkle is nowhere to be found. This is just the less fiery review, guys. The Playlist took things up a notch, ripping the lead apart for his misplaced American accent seeping into the French, and the quote distorted makeup. This entertainment site went as far as to say, if not for scandals and the controversies surrounding Jean de Barry, the film would have skipped the red carpet, heading straight to ostracism. Whoa, now that's one shocking review. Shockingly enough, it might not be wrong. After Depp's infamous defamation case, no one is ready to forgive him just yet. It's also dragging Cannes into the mud, with some folks starting a fast-growing hashtag #CannesYouNot, blasting the festival for screening Johnny's movie. People are still divided as ever over Amber's allegations. Remember, the star did lose a UK libel suit in 2020, in which he sued the Sun newspaper for calling him a wife-beater. But then 2022 saw the actor win a defamation suit against his ex-wife in a US court. So the backlash arrived at the gates of Cannes, with many people protesting his attendance. Hear this. Things got so out of control, the festival director, Thierry Frémaux, had no choice but to address it. He said he's not interested in the legal woes and only focuses on Johnny as an actor. But all these controversies have certainly put the upcoming historical drama in the spotlight, and fans have remained conflicted over what to believe. Is the project getting the media's hyper-focus because it's good, or is the attention just targeted at Depp? Well, maybe the public can decide once the movie is officially released. So far, a US release date isn't announced, but it might be on the horizon now. So, from the infamous defamation case that followed him to Cannes, to the actor's much-awaited comeback in a bizarre new role, that was why Johnny Depp's King Louis XV portrayal in Jean de Barry has left fans shocked.